We are running through the top stories at Comicbook.com every weekday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, 1 a.m. Yugoslavian in Comic Book Now. What's up, Comic Book Nation? Welcome to Comic Book Now. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm your host, Brandon Davis. Please call me BD. I'm joined today by Mr. Charlie Ridgely.
What's up, guys?
Everybody, give him a warm welcome in the comment section. No, that is not actually Lucas with a haircut. That is Charlie Ridgely. You may have seen him on our Walking Dead page. He's monitoring the comment section, Twitter, Periscope, Facebook. He's going to get to your live questions in just a minute. But first, we have some breaking news. Peter Dinklage rumored to be eyed for a role in Avengers Infinity War. Now, this is a two-part film. They're filming it back-to-back in Atlanta. Production has begun, but Peter Dinklage, you know him as Tyrion Lannister from Game of Thrones. They're saying he's being eyed. He's in talks for a key role in both of those films. Now, this is interesting. This is the first really new cast member that has not been in a previous Marvel Cinematic Universe film that is rumored to be joining this cast. Everyone else joining is an already established superhero. It's an already established face that we have already seen in the MCU. Now, does this mean we're going to start getting an onslaught of characters and faces that we haven't seen in the MCU? I don't know. We might not even see this. This is just talks. What role could he be playing? I mean, he's done. Is this the crossover between X-Men and Avengers? Is this the link?
I don't think that's happening. There are a lot of options, though. Lord Chaos is one that I've heard thrown around. One of the entities that kind of brings all of the characters in and kind of puts them against Thanos just to cause chaos in the universe. Hey, that could be a possibility.
The Dink as a villain, I could get behind that. And guys, you can send us your questions any time of day on Twitter using hashtag CBNow, because we're only live for about however many minutes a day right now. But we monitor that hashtag all day long, and you'll see we're going to feature some of you guys in the comment section. But first, our top 5 stories aside from the Dink. I'm going to go over here, okay? Our top story of the day has Star Wars fans pretty hyped. Woody Harrelson has officially joined the cast of the upcoming Han Solo movie. This announcement came Wednesday morning on StarWars.com, with directors of the upcoming film saying they couldn't be more excited to be working with Woody. That's Chris Miller and Phil Lord, highlighting his ability to find both humor and pathos. Now, there are no details about his character just yet, but we have to wonder, might he be playing a villain in the movie? I've seen a good bit of War for the Planet of the Apes. He plays the really big bad colonel, and I think Harrelson is a great fit for a villain in this movie, or at least some sort of hustler who ends up in having Solo in his bad graces. It's a possibility. He joins Alden Ehrenreich, who is playing the young Han Solo, with Donald Glover in place to play Lando Calrissian, and Game of Thrones star Emilia Clarke in an unnamed role. So we'll have to see how that pans out. It's pretty cool. A new casting call has gone out, and it is looking to fill roles for characters named Broderick and Marjorie. Why do we care about Broderick and Marjorie? Because all of this is a fairly transparent disguise for the Inhumans TV series. See, Broderick is being described as a 30 to 40-year-old Caucasian male that has the ability to speak volumes with just a look. He's strong, thoughtful, and private, and unaccustomed to being questioned. I don't know. Black Bolt, anybody? Then this Marjorie chick, she's a 30 to 40-year-old Caucasian female who is an elegant and intelligent advisor to her husband, struggling to find her place outside of their relationship. Medusa. The other roles go on to describe fits for Maximus, Karnak, Gorgon, Crystal, and Triton. Inhumans will debut their 2-hour IMAX event in September before coming onto TV Tuesday nights. The villain for Wonder Woman has been revealed, and some may consider this a spoiler, so now is your chance for earmuffs. But as it turns out, Chris Pine spilled the beans. The big bad of the warrior princess's origin story is going to be Ares. Chris Pine, who is, of course, playing Steve Trevor, spilled the beans in a recent interview with a French magazine. He revealed that Ares will have killed Zeus and be set on a warpath which crosses with Wonder Woman. Now, in recent comics, Ares has become known as Wonder Woman's brother, which would make a family reunion under such circumstances a little bit awkward. His mission is simple, though: bring humanity to its knees. Now, he'll probably fail in that movie, especially considering humanity was still around for Batman vs. Superman and Man of Steel before that. But I guess we'll see in July how that all pans out. Staying in the world of DC films, the Shazam movie might be coming together. Producer of the upcoming film, Hiram Garcia, took to Twitter to say, "Great meeting today at DC Comics talking Shazam, Black Adam, and more. Big things are coming. Get ready. Hashtag just say the word." Now, I've talked to Hiram about this movie. I strongly believe it is in good hands, and we should all have good faith in it. He is a huge fan of the character and tells me not only is it going to be a lot of badass fun, when anything with The Rock really is, but also will be heavily influenced by Alex Ross's Kingdom Come comic books. So DC Comics fans, there's your reason to get excited for the day. Now, our last topic of the day. What else besides Lost? We talk about that all the time still, right? 6 years later. The ABC series, which ran for 6 seasons before bowing out with a controversial ending, revolutionized television. It has a little bit of hope, even if just the slightest little bit, at returning to television. Speaking to executive producer Carlton Cuse ahead of the season 2 premiere of his current series, Colony, I had to ask him, is there any chance he's going to bring Lost back in the form of a TV show or movie? Check it out. I have to ask you, as a die-hard Lostie, you might get this all the time, but would you ever consider revisiting that show with any of the surviving characters, or maybe even like a movie or something? Do you and Josh ever talk about this on the set of Colony?
I think for Damon and myself, we really feel like we were given an incredible opportunity to tell the story that we wanted to tell. It was really the first network show where we sort of dictated our own end date, and we told the story we wanted to tell, and to this date, there has not been any effort or any talk between us about doing anything else. I do believe at some future point, someone else will do something in the Lost world, and that's okay. There probably are some wonderful young writers out there. Maybe Damien Chazelle would like to do a musical in the world of Lost. I don't know, but he's free to do it.
Yeah, everyone here knows that I am on board for more Lost. I'm ready to go back.
It's tough for me to get on board on a show where everyone's dead the whole time, but I'll watch another one if it happens.
That is the most frustrating misconception for dumb people in television history. But on that note, I have some exciting news. We have a giveaway. This week we are giving away a copy of the Infinity Gauntlet story, which I'll say it every day this week. It is my personal favorite comic book arc. In honor of all this Infinity War news lately, if you just missed it, Peter Dinklage is joining the cast. But to win this book, all you have to do, send us a video, 10 seconds or less, hold your phone sideways, or you're disqualified, landscape mode people. Tell us which Infinity Stone you would want to possess and why. Yes, it really is that easy. Just take a screenshot right now. See that link at the bottom, comicbook.com/page/submissions. A winner will be announced this Friday. Infinity Gauntlet, it can be yours. We gave away Planet Hulk last week, which was pretty fun. But you know what? Now's my favorite part of the show. We're going to turn it over to the comment section. This is where Charlie Wrigley gets to shine.
Absolutely. Hey, send us your comments on Facebook right now. They're coming in and we love them. Also send them to us on Twitter. #CBNow all day, every day. We check every single one of those comments. If you want to get featured on this show right here, check out Twitter, #CBNow. And our first question is going to come from Twitter. And it is, let's see, from Charles Diaz. He's tweeted us a lot, BD. Charles Diaz wants to know, is Henry Cavill doing 3 Man of Steel movies?
Well, I would say yes, because I would consider Batman vs. Superman the sequel to Man of Steel. And they've already confirmed there's another Superman movie in the works. So I think that is going to be the third. So yeah,
if you count BVS, it's going to be kind of a trilogy. It's going to be 3. If you don't count BVS, I don't see him doing it much longer than the next Man of Steel movie. But that's still a ways out.
Also, spoiler alert: he's in Justice League. I know Batman vs. Superman. You can't have Justice League without Superman. They said that on the set, and we all know that. So
but we know he's not dead, but it's not going to be much longer. And then on Facebook, Ryan Wallace. He wanted to know a Walking Dead question from you, get a little expertise going. How do you think Rick and the group will be able to take the fight to Negan and his supporters coming up the rest of the season?
Oh, man, how much time do we have? I think that Rick is going to rally the kingdom. He's going to get Ezekiel on board. He's going to get He's not going to get Gregory on board, but he's going to get the Hilltop on board. Gregory's a snake about it. But he's going to need the help. He's going to need Eugene to start making bullets for him, and he's going to need every soldier from the kingdom and the Hilltop to take the fight to the Saviors. And I don't think we're actually going to see the fight in season 7. We know the show. We know how it paces. Let's not beat around here.
I know. It's gonna be a while, but
we're gonna see the start, the march to war, and I think we'll have a battle. I think we'll have our first explosive battle in the season 7 finale.
All right, Chris Collins, real quick. Chris Collins, awesome question. Do we do games also? We don't cover it much on CB Now, but head over to wwg.com. That's one of our properties, and we cover everything gaming over there, and they'd love to have you check out that page. On Twitter, or on Facebook as well, Tim Wilkerson. He wants to know, what's the word on the Samurai Jack revival we reported on? It says it's coming back on the 14th of this month. That's the reruns of the original show. They're going back to episode 1. They're starting over in preparation for the new show they're running out later this year.
Yeah, right. Jenny Tartakovsky's really excited about that. He's been pushing for that for so long. For so long.
And then one of the comments we might have missed yesterday, Amy Kuno Barlow on Facebook wants to know about any Chris Evans news and any more Captain America after the Infinity War.
Ooh, you know what? I believe Chris Evans will be out after Infinity War. Now, I think you're going to see, like in 2021, you're going to see a movie, Bucky Barnes, Captain America. I think Sebastian Stan takes on the role. I think Cap might die in Infinity War.
I
That
do
would
too.
be
They haven't killed off any of the Avengers yet. I'm not saying they have to, but it's going to happen at some point.
Well, maybe they're saving them for Infinity War. My whole life has been leading to this. All right, my entire life is leading to Avengers Infinity War. I think that some Avengers are going to die because you can't have Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, Chris Hemsworth, Mark Ruffalo carrying this franchise forever. They don't need to. It's time for Spider-Man, Black Panther, Captain Marvel.
They're going to phase out. I mean, and you've got 3 Captain Americas hanging out there already. In the comics, like you said, Bucky Barnes becomes Captain America. So does Sam Wilson. The Falcon is Captain America at some point in the comics. He's currently running as Captain America right now.
I think the most likely superhero to get a 4th movie is Thor.
That makes sense. And I think we'll see Robert Downey Jr. too down the road as more of a Nick Fury type of role.
Right, and I think Civil War was basically Iron Man 4. While you do that, speaking of Marvel Comics and everything, I want to remind everybody about our giveaway real quick. We're giving away a copy of Infinity Gauntlet because of all this Infinity War chatter. Tell us which Infinity Stone you would want and why in a 10-second or less video from your phone. Hold it sideways, landscape mode. Screenshot this right now. Send it to comicbook.com/page/submissions and you're entered to win. It's that easy. We will feature a few of you guys on the show. We'll show your video, and we'll send you a t-shirt, and we'll send you Infinity Gauntlet. So.
All right, and now, like I said, if you go over to Twitter, #CBNow, we will read all those tweets, and the best ones are going to get featured on this show with these comments, just like the Facebook messages. So keep those coming. We do have one from Chris Wolf on Twitter. He wants to know, will the Ghost Rider ever appear in the MCU movies?
If he does, it's going to be that one we keep talking about, Avengers Infinity War. I think he's more likely to go to Netflix.
Yep.
Do you want which Ghost Rider do you want to see?
Okay, so I love the new Ghost Rider. I love the young Felipe Smith design Ghost Rider that we got to see Gabriel Luna play on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I think it's perfect for that. But if we're going to the Defender series on Netflix and maybe Moon Knight, I think Johnny Blaze is the way to go. I think he fits that universe much, much better.
I'm going to go ahead and agree with you there.
If he can be in Infinity War, but it doesn't seem too likely.
I just really like the idea of having that shot of every Marvel hero that's been in live action all in one shot. Could you imagine that on an IMAX screen? That's just.
I like that picture that everybody made to tease Infinity War. They put all the characters in it. If that actually happened,
oh, forget it.
We'd lose it. Every fan, every audience member would.
Every single movie after that movie would have no that's it.
It wouldn't matter.
Movies are over. Just don't make another movie. Infinity War wins.
Until DC does theirs, and then everyone have their chance to see how they feel.
Have their chance.
All right, Mike. I'm gonna say Legine. I'm sorry if I messed that up, Mike. You asked any word on the choices for Cable in the next Deadpool movie.
I would bet you they're eyeing somebody. I mean, I've heard Liam Neeson. I've heard Kyle Chandler. I don't think either of those are going to be the case. I think they're probably talking to somebody. They want to get that movie together. It is the future for 20th Century Fox's Marvel properties. Yep. So I think Deadpool 2 is going to start production soon, and we're going to get that announcement very soon.
Yeah, the Deadpool writer said there's going to be a lot of characters in that movie. They just came out and said that in an interview over the last 2 days. The only wrench in that plan is Ryan Reynolds saying that he's still searching for that Cable actor. It's coming soon, but he said that they're still looking around. So. It could be a little bit till we get some kind of casting news. Look, keep coming with these comments, guys. They are awesome. One of our good friends, Reese Williams, he's always watching. He has this question specifically for Brandon. Oh, boy. He said, Scott Eastwood for Adam Warlock in Avengers Infinity War?
Yes, absolutely. Scott Eastwood and Peter Dinklage joining the cast. No, I think, actually, that's not a bad fit. He would need a hell of a hair makeover. He would need a hairpiece and a half. There's other Marvel characters I'd rather see Scott Eastwood play. Yeah, Johnny Storm.
He could play a lot of them. Johnny Storm would be good if they keep going with those Fantastic Four movies. All right, last one. Jack Kicklitter wants to know any thoughts or news on Ben Affleck's Batman movie. We've talked about this a lot over the last few days, but like we said yesterday, Ben Affleck has had some certainty speaking pretty recently.
I think the movie's coming together. I think everybody's freaking out, but he just confirmed. I'm directing it. I'm taking my time. And his analogy is perfect. He made Live by Night. Nobody was asking where it was. So stop.
And what we need to remember here is that the DCEU isn't as structured and as built up yet as Marvel is. So it's going to take a little bit more time to get that going.
Right.
And when you have Ben Affleck, who hasn't done a superhero movie before, as far as a director's position, he's going to come in and he's taking his time and trying to do it right, doing everything he can to make it work. He's not like Marvel, Kevin Feige can say, oh, put you in here and go. Here's the formula. They're still figuring that out. So it's taking some time. If we can just be patient, he's going to make an awesome movie.
Let's hope so. Joe Manganiello, Deathstroke. Can't go wrong with those two. All right, guys, I see the questions. I see them. They're still flying by. If you want to talk, please hit us up on Twitter. We will answer. We love talking to you guys. Mr. Charlie Ridgely, you can hit him up at Charlie Ridgely. You see him down there. Charlie Ridgely at Brandon Davis BD. Thank you so much for watching. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Time for Comic Book Now. See you later.